don't know. Is all this staying in?
No, Harry stopped recording like 5 minutes ago.
No, to be clear, Harry is very much still recording.
Welcome to Spinsters, a podcast where our movie montage is just right. I'm Jordan Liggins. That's Haley O'Shaughnessy. A little later, we will be joined by Tyler Tynes, GQ Sports writer. But first, a few housekeeping things. One, shout out to Talon. She left a wonderful iTunes review. Thank you. We're so happy that you listen to Spinsters and your partner listens to Spinsters. We couldn't be more proud. Thank you.
Thank you.
So cute. And keep leaving us reviews. Keep sending us nice things. We really like it.
Don't, preferably like not a mean review.
Yeah.
Preferably, but I mean,
do what your heart tells you, but preferably. Yeah,
but don't listen to your heart. It doesn't mean. Yeah.
After the break, Tyler Tynes.
Oh, wait, I have one quick thing for housekeeping. Sorry to keep ambushing the housekeeping things. Rent. It is alarming. I actually didn't think this through. I just want to say, if you are starting to feel overwhelmed, I'm guessing you're not starting to feel overwhelmed. If you're overwhelmed, the only thing it feels like we can do right now is organize as tenants. Look into local unions that are already doing this work. I hope that they exist and would say that they exist where you are. It's hard to get attention for them, but there are people doing work out there to organize for tenants' rights. So I hope that you're able to pay your rent this month. And I'm sorry it's getting scary out there.
After the break, Tyler Tynes.
I fell asleep at halftime last night during the game.
Oh my god.
I woke back up. But I missed some of the third. It's so late. It's just so fucking late. And I've got mornings. You know, I'm woken up. I gotta take my dog out. It's too late for me.
I really feel for you guys on the East Coast. Because...
No, you don't. You shouldn't. Because I don't even stay up to watch. They're not even on like my regular rotation of things I'd want to watch at that time of the night. I don't even bother. I watch the game at 5 a.m. every time the game is over. I don't even bother to care. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna look up. Oh man, Jayson Tatum had another bad game. I don't need to stay up to figure that out. Come on. Stop.
Why are you up at 5 a.m.?
That's what time the money up.
Oh, facts. Okay.
I get up when
say
it's
less.
You get up at 5 a.m. You genuinely
every
get
day,
up at 5 a.m.
Every day.
What do you do at 5 a.m.?
I either get up at 5 a.m. or I get up at 6:10 a.m. The worst during the week that I wake up is 6:55 a.m.
I can't do it.
For what?
This podcast is at 9 a.m. my time. I get out of bed at 8:30.
Yeah, listen, I respect that.
I'm not a morning person at all.
I get that.
I can't do it.
But no, Tyler, what do you do when you wake up that early?
You know, it depends on where I am in the world. But you know, let's say, I don't know, I'm working on some magical story of sorts. 5 a.m. I will watch a variety of different sports that I missed. So if I get like, let's say it's the middle of the NBA season. From 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., I will probably watch 12 basketball games. Like just in hyper speed. Yeah, like the highlight clip, and I'll pull out what I want. And so like if there's something I want, like in a certain time frame of those games, I'll mark it and I'll save it for later when I like go back and watch basketball like 6 o'clock at night. Right. Like I'm just trying to get like a summary of what I missed and what I don't care about. I then read the Philadelphia Inquirer, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the LA Times, the Arizona Republic, the Miami Herald, the Atlantic, ESPN, Fox, because I like to know what the racists are saying. And a few other different blogs to kind of just like get like a summary and glossary of things I don't know, things I do know, things I want to know about. And then I don't know, like definitely during a lot of that, I took a shit. So that's at least like the first hour or two. I make tea, I smoke a joint, and I read some other shit that's not articles too. Watch some TikToks. I work out at like 7 a.m. every day, or at least 3 days of the week. And then I just kind of like let the wind take me from there. Bunch of different writing stuff to do, research stuff to do, things related to work, things related to video, things related to a variety of different interests. Yeah, every day's different. It's a good time. But I definitely don't spend like the time watching Jayson Tatum be bad at basketball.
I think we should bring back watching sports not live.
Why would I watch it live? Why would I watch it live?
Well, I'm not on Twitter for the majority of the time anymore watching sports. Like if I have a thought, then I will be, but I'm not anymore. So it's not really part of my experience. Whereas before, my experience was ruined by the fact that if I was on Twitter and was watching the game later, I'd already know what happened, but like how it happened, which is worse. But now that that's really kind of out the window for me, I like the idea of doing that, the next morning thing. I will not be waking up at 5 a.m.
I also just don't give a fuck about what other people are saying about the basketball game, like on the timeline. You know what I mean? Like I would genuinely, I think I'm in this place in my life much more as I kind of move on, that I just genuinely want to know how I feel about it first. And I don't know if that's like at the moment of impact, and I don't know if that's 6 months from now, right? Sometimes I do that a lot with movies, especially when I worked at The Ringer. I would feel that like there was so much just group speak at certain points about certain movies, certain things. And I just didn't give a fuck. Like I just didn't give that much of a fuck about like some stupid ass director and what they had to say about a fish movie, let's say. And
Fish
so
sex movie.
Once the discourse was done, if I was on a plane or like, I don't know, high on a Friday night in New York City with nothing to do, maybe I'll watch the stupid fish movie. Maybe I won't. But the point is like, I've grown to be a bit exhausted by hearing so many different voices in the same rooms that I want to walk into. And so I've tried to be very intentional now and caring first what I have to say about it. And then second, what people that I actually respect have to say about it. And then third, if I actually give a fuck, depending on like, I don't know how magnanimous the thing is, I'll seek out somebody who I don't give a fuck's opinion about it too. So I don't know. It just depends on what the thing is, you know?
Well, what did you think about the game last night or / this morning?
I think Jayson Tatum can't play basketball. The same thing that I thought the entire time I've watched Jayson Tatum play basketball. I really like Ime Udoka. I really don't believe in Boston as a general product, team, passion, culture, and religion. That being said, I really like Jaylen Brown and how he plays basketball every 2 games out of 6.
Yeah, I was going to say not last night.
Yeah.
And I really like Jayson Tatum when he plays basketball when the stakes are removed from the game. Both of those guys are very, very good basketball players. But the people that have to show up in a 7-game series against a real basketball team, even when they're kind of shitty right now, they're not good. So why would I watch these games?
Boston really doesn't have a bench. That's been like their biggest issue in games where both Tatum and Brown aren't able to come and bring all that they can. You know what's really frustrating me about Tatum? I disagree with you, obviously,
That's
about
great. Yeah.
Tatum, but I cannot stand. Like he really, really, really wants those superstar calls now, and it's getting to Luka levels, which is very annoying.
We'll see, but so that
it's so annoying
to me.
He's so annoying. He's trying to fit in.
Yeah.
Hey, don't fit in, fit out.
See,
don't fit in.
When you at your core carry the same basketball spirit as J.R. Smith, eventually these things are going to come out.
You think that Tatum does?
Yes, because both Jayson Tatum and J.R. Smith are legendary gunners. And the thing about it is that when you are a walking heat check as a basketball player, eventually on some big stage, the rest of the world is going to find out how sorry you are at basketball. The best thing Jayson Tatum does is playmaking. He's an unbelievable playmaker from the wing position. I give the man his credit. He's not that good of a defender. He is sometimes, but not for real. And he disappears in games when we really need him to be good. I can't support that. Here's the other thing I can't support. I can't support a dude like that texting Kobe Bryant's dead cell phone and also wanting to be the living embodiment of Kobe Bryant at 24 years old. It's just a little bit too much for me.
It is a little much.
That was
know,
really
much.
showy and uncomfortable. If you're
I'm
thinking
so
about
happy
doing
Boston
something
has that
that
as a
relates to
superstar.
Kobe and his death, my answer is the same as it was the last year and a half. Don't. It comes off really weird.
Here's my answer about all of this. If you want to show a public tribute to Kobe Bryant as a celebrity, my answer has been the same for decades. Maybe just keep that shit to yourself. I'm just saying, maybe just keep that shit to yourself. And it's cool if that's where you at. That's not where I'm at. But maybe just keep that shit to yourself. And I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from Philly and Kobe has always had a very specific relationship. But all I'm saying is just maybe keep that shit to yourself. Because it historically so far, it just has not gone over well for anybody.
It's been really weird for everyone, yeah.
It is. It's just
even
a
the
bit
numerologist.
too much.
Jordan, what about you? What do you think about the game last night?
I think overall, this was the game that Boston was supposed to win. If Steph Curry doesn't make a three, if Steph Curry shows that he's human and he actually misses, you have to win that game. And when you don't, you aren't going to win this series. Like, that was the Andrew Wiggins game. Yes, I'm so proud of him. It was amazing. But when Steph has a bad game, you have to capitalize on that. And with Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum being ghosts, just absent, specifically in the fourth quarter, it's not good if you're rooting for the green, like, at all. So that was my overall thought of, when Steph was having a rough first half, I was like, oh, Boston has this. Like, you have to. So when that didn't happen, they're going to go back to Boston. Jayson Tatum's probably going to have the Kobe armband, and it's not going to go
I hope so. I hope it's two of them. I hope he has two. Here's the thing. You can't force me to care about Derek White bench minutes.
Yeah, I know.
You can't force me to care about a team who in public wanted to fist fight each other 6 months ago. Like, I don't
actually
care.
Do like that. I love the male, like, we're going to fight each other and now we're working together timeline. That's one of my favorite storylines.
I would love it if there was like some more real actual attitude coming from that locker room. Like, I believe Marcus Smart with most of the things that he says, right? I don't believe nobody else except Marcus Smart and Ime Udoka. And that's a problem because the identity of your team is from a dude who shouldn't shoot the basketball ever. Then that's a problem, right? Like, you can't dub this person as like the Gary Payton of this new generation and like the defensive player of the year and all of these different accoutrements when I watch you shoot a jump shot, most times it looks bad. I can't rock with that. We didn't let who was the boy that played for the Hornets? Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. We didn't let him get away with it. Why we let Marcus Smart get away with it?
Well, and Marcus Smart, I think what I noticed, he just went straight to flopping and complaining to calls too, because he wasn't scoring and really doing much else. So he just resorted to that, and that's not basketball, and that also didn't look good. So it was just everybody was complaining. Yeah,
I don't mind it from him because we know that's him. Like, he's being himself. I genuinely don't. That is part of his game. It's been baked in.
It's the new part of his game.
When Jayson Tatum is taking a step back and then the air's hitting him and he's falling to the ground, I have a problem with that. But
it's different, right? Like, when James Harden did it at his peak, when he was like a fraud, right? When it came to getting these fouls, that became like a real part of his game. He was successful at it. He was an MVP. Like, it was bread and butter, right? They made rules to stop him and Trae Young from twerking in the middle of 3-point jump shots. I get that, right? You are a different type of animal if they have to make new rules to change the game about you. But Marcus Smart was a real deal basketball player at Oklahoma State. A mean basketball player at Oklahoma State. Marcus Smart went into the crowd and was fighting fans at Oklahoma State. That dude exists at a much smaller level now, and I wish we had more of it. Because the flopping and the missed jump shots and the false identity and the fight and get teammates, I can only do but so much of this until you're not successful.
Mm-hmm.
And since you're probably going to lose the series, given the odds of right now at 3-2, I could have used a whole lot less of this shit if y'all was just going to end up in the same place y'all was at for the last decade. That's all I'm saying. You got to be successful if you're going to talk that level of shit.
I disagree. I think that Marcus Smart is doing what he's done well. He's adjusted his game to the NBA well. I love what he's doing. I think that he can't be expected to be the second contributing scorer to this team. He shouldn't even be expected to be the third. It's not a strong suit. We've seen that. The weaknesses come out. They're exacerbated when that's expected of him. So I disagree slightly, but I think we all love him at heart.
Why can't he just be a Pat Bev though? Like why you got to start?
I would much rather have him than Patrick Beverley.
For sure. No.
5,000%.
5,000%. I'm merely saying like.
I think the question is why can't Patrick Beverley be more like Marcus Smart is the question.
But both of them aren't successful basketball players.
Marcus Smart just won Defensive Player of the Year, and he's in the NBA Finals.
I don't believe either of those things to be
leading the best defense.
The best defense who's about to lose this series?
They are they are the best defense. They are the better of the two defenses. I think even Harry, a Warriors fan, would agree that.
They definitely are.
Harry.
Commit to the bit. That's fine.
The best defense that keeps losing these games. Yeah.
No, last night, genuinely, right. This is the problem. Like, I'm sick of myself saying it, but turnovers will win or lose this game for either team. They only forced 6 turnovers last night. That's a problem because the other team that is very good at forcing turnovers is the Warriors. So it's not just a matter of like, it's going to feel like a one-sided thing. The turnover battle. If you are not forcing turnovers, you are going to also be giving them up just by the nature of Golden State's defense. So that column was like very, very lopsided last night. That's an issue. I thought
talk that shit.
I will. Thank you. I like you, Jordan. Yes, I was very impressed with Rookie of the Year, former first round overall pick Andrew Wiggins scoring 26 points, but also 13 rebounds. He had a steal, 2 steals, I think, which was amazing. Congrats to him. He's a different guy. It's very exciting for, I think, everybody outside of the state of Minnesota.
I can't believe
and perhaps Cleveland.
I can't believe this started as a religious exemption, and look at our boy now.
Look at him now, yeah. He's vaxxed.
He's shining.
He didn't even want to play.
Ready to go.
He said God couldn't let him play. Now look at him. God's willing him to a championship.
Speaking of God,
let's talk about it.
Klay Thompson got into the Bay Area water and said that he felt God in that Chili's tonight. And literally after bathing in that water, said that that's what turned his game around, which is amazing. I'm glad to have him back. The Warriors definitely need him. We were talking about like they absolutely need a second guy. They need a third guy to contribute and they will win the game. His exact quote was, "The ocean has healing properties. You just feel closer to God. I'm an Aquarius." I would like to point out for the millionth time, Aquarians should be water signs. It's ridiculous that they're not.
Our sign is literally water. It doesn't make sense. It's
literally waves, yes, and also your representative is the water bearer, so it just doesn't make any sense. I think to me, you guys are water signs along with me and Tyler.
Harry, let me ask you 2 questions. Are you a water sign? Yeah, no. I mean, that's your name, brother. Yeah.
Harry, do you know what?
When's your birthday?
Categorization your sign is in? Don't tell him. I'm just curious.
I know I'm a Capricorn, but I don't know.
Thank you very much.
What? No, I don't know which element that is associated.
No, that's
with
fine. That's fine.
Earth sign. You're an Earth sign.
Thank you. Second question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Do you own any Quicksilver shorts?
Do I own any Quicksilver shorts? No.
Okay.
Is that related to my Mountain Dew shirt or my Earth sign?
It's all related, Harry. It's all related. Yeah. It's all related.
Just getting to know you.
Just trying to figure it all out, man. You know, Drake once said about Klay Thompson after the Raptors won the championship in 2019. Klay, I know you're sorry, Klay. You're going to apologize to me when I see you this summer in those Quicksilver shorts. It'll all be all right. I don't know. The healing properties of the Bay. You're from San Francisco. I just thought maybe that went with the whole uniform of where you're from. I don't know, man. I've never been out there.
Yeah. Did he really say that?
Yeah, you got to go on Instagram Live, Haley.
After Klay was injured?
After they won, he was like all in the camera. He was like, "No, Klay, I know." We'll make it all better. You'll apologize to me when I see you with your friends waveboarding this summer in Quicksilver shorts. It'll all be all right.
He was
Honestly, don't put
he was
don't put
injured that
Jake.
year. That is so fucked up. He literally got injured during the finals. Jake is a
He's so sassy. Just so sassy.
He is sassy.
Do you like his new cornrow install?
Mixed feelings.
YK Osiris got one too.
Who?
He used to be a rapper.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
YK Osiris? All right. I know Harry don't know either, so.
Honestly, Harry might.
I would say Harry
Harry,
has
you-
a broader music
Harry.
taste than
You
Jordan.
in these YK Osiris streets, Harry? You in these Tallahassee streets? Is that where he's from?
I wouldn't say big time, but the name does sound familiar.
No, I wouldn't say big time.
Oh, see, I just spelled it wrong just in my Google search. It's
they-
YK. That's the first. And
They
then
got him as an
Osiris.
American singer. That's interesting. He's from Jacksonville, not Tallahassee. There you go, even rougher.
Yeah,
I met him in February. He's such an interesting character. That's very funny. Anyway, go ahead. Jayson Tatum.
What Harry? What was that? The first game in like 223 games that Steph didn't make a three.
Yeah,
How did that feel?
4 years.
I mean, I didn't care at that point. It's that streak is so long. That is like what two plus years, and it's weird to have it end in the finals. Like I kind of feel like he should get an asterisk for that. Like the regular season streak should still count. You know, whatever. We can just start back at 240 or whatever.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But no, I mean look, I saw some quotes where people were like, "I don't think he cares," and I'm certainly the same way. If it means we win this game, I'll take it.
I think both things should be true. Like I think we should. I would prefer if he cared more. If he doesn't care, but I also appreciate that we know that he don't give a fuck, because I haven't really enjoyed watching a lot of this playoff basketball. Some of it's been great, but a lot of the games that should have been monumental have felt like fucking duds. And so good for Steph. I hope he gets finals MVP. I don't know if he deserves it, but I hope he gets it. I hope he gets all the things he should have in his war chest as like one of the greatest players all time.
Well,
Yeah, also I don't think the asterisk will be a problem, because you see stats all the time that are like, he's done this for this long on days that start with T
Right.
in the regular season. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of qualifiers. Yeah.
Well-
Jerome,
Yeah.
what were you going to say?
Oh, good.
I was just going to say I'm very happy for Andrew Wiggins, but I was sitting on my couch like, okay, Wiggins don't play too well. We got to get Steph this finals MVP. I was scared for a moment, especially how the past two games, and of course the game that Steph doesn't make a three, he has like one of his worst games in the finals. He's going to have to come back, and we know that he's going to play ridiculous the next game because he doesn't really have two bad games in a row. But I had that thought. I was like, Wiggins, we can't have another Iguodala situation. Don't do it.
Honestly, I would be much happier if Wiggins got it than if Steph got it.
I would not, because I don't.
No.
That's just such a misconstrue of history. Like, no, I just can't. I can't do it. We're going to take a quick break, and then we are going to learn how to hate. Let hate into our hearts. Okay, we are back. Tyler, you are the biggest hater that I know.
Thank you so much. That is high praise coming from you. Honestly.
I actually knew that you would love that.
That is high praise.
We've
coming from
decided to have hater corner, and we're gonna talk about some things, and we want you to give us the hater perspective on them.
Teach us. Teach
Are you
us
up
your
for it?
ways.
you. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's go.
Okay. The first thing we'll do, there's a mini investigation that went into this one, so this won't be so rapid fire, but there's been a very messy parental divorce going on in Game 4. We saw Del Curry, who is recently split up from his wife of, what was it, like 22 years?
33.
33.
It's
I
a
knew
long
it was
time. It's a long time, yeah.
that's a long
It's a long time.
time. That's a long time. They got married before any of us were born.
It's a long time.
And we're married for longer. He was seen with a woman. They panned him at game 4. They actually
He was
did
proud
it
too.
a bunch. And then the last time he grabs her, Steph did something while he brings her in. Little congratulations. When I saw that on the screen,
It was a nice warm moment.
We all had the collective. Oh my God. You knew what was coming.
I cringed.
Y'all had the collective.
The
Oh my God.
cringe. I will say my cringe came from two to three places. Number one, I said this on Twitter, then I deleted it because I forgot that you shouldn't tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Look, my parents are divorced. Tough. Really tough to see the first new like girlfriend or boyfriend. You're always gonna dislike them. So in that moment I was just like, yeah, I mean, they're adults. Mm-hmm. I was a teenager, but I just feel like that hurts. Number two.
But why does got to be the context for somebody y'all don't know, right? Why can't we be happy that Dell is out here, transparently living his best life?
I've heard
Dell
the
is
stories.
outside.
I've heard he's been outdoors for quite some time now. I have heard the stories. I'm not happy for him in any respect.
Hold on.
Outdoors.
Not happy for him. I am firmly on the other side.
I have one Dell story for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
In like 2017, I ended up meeting somebody who plays basketball. And this person is really cool with somebody
in the
on the
league
Warriors.
Currently?
Not in the league.
Okay.
This person is really cool with somebody on the Warriors. And, if you know anything about the Curries, you know that they're, in the last few years, was a very talked about wedding in some respects. And so at this wedding...
Hold on, I don't know that. What happened?
You don't?
No.
Oh, well, so Dell Curry got married. Dell's daughter got married. Steph's sister got married. Plays volleyball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I know her husband.
Mm-hmm. And so at this wedding, I saw plenty of Snapchats. Dell was very active. The drinks were flowing. All I'm gonna say is that, like, all the Dell Curry stories, there should be some skepticism. Like if there's the blind belief, like, damn, this was I feel bad for Dell. I don't feel bad for Dell. I don't feel bad for Dell at all. Yeah. I don't feel bad for Dell. Happy for Dell that he gets to live his life out loud, transparently, but I ain't,
I'm happy that it's not coming at the cost of somebody else's happiness who'd entered into a partnership with him.
Finally.
And had children with him, yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. My Dell story is that
you have a Dell story?
I do have a Dell story.
Haley, the problem is that you don't have a Dell story.
I know.
My Dell story is that they used his house to film Juwanna Man. I heard that from Vivica Fox.
That is correct.
They used his house in North Carolina, and that's why Seth Curry is in the movie.
I actually do have a Dell story that I spent this morning looking up while I was watching Adam Sandler's Hustler, which we will talk about in a minute on the hate corner. Or love corner. We can flip it. It doesn't have to stay hate if it's not what's in your heart. Okay, so there is a rumor going around that Sonya's new boyfriend, whose name is Steven Johnson, he's a former NFL tight end. He played for the Patriots.
That's right, yeah.
7th
round pick, 5th round pick, one of those.
Yes. Used to be mayor. I see you did the Wikipedia as well.
I did this 6 months ago.
Oh, okay. Good for you. Maybe you still have a chance. Used to be married to the person who was with Dell, Nikki. What was her last name? Did I write it down? Smith. Nikki Smith. Yes. There's a picture that appears to be the two of them. It's very similar looking to him or her. For him, it looks dead on to me. For her, I'm not sure because the one shot of her in the other scene was kind of turned, so I just wasn't 100%. No news outlet has confirmed it. They've all said that it's been said. It was said by like the replies on Twitter. So I thought, let me look into this and see if it's for real. Dell was a basketball player at Virginia Tech from 1982 to 1986. Steven played football there, 1984 to 1987. There is a good chance that they cross paths. They don't follow each other on social media. I found his Instagram. It's locked. I requested to follow it. I'll give you updates. I know for a fact it's him. I double checked with somebody's Twitter mention.
Behind this.
Huh?
Y'all should put the Law and Order music behind this. Dun, dun,
This is great.
dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
I mean, here, I'll also tell you this. I am very much the one that everyone goes to. Is my boyfriend doing something wrong? I'll find out for you. Don't worry, I'll find out for you. However, I could not find if they'd ever, I can't find her on social media at all.
No, she's not on.
I found one of those, like, on one of those journalist sites, like, her existence, but I didn't see any marriages on it. And yeah, I was going to look at his pictures, his tagged photos, who he's following. Hopefully there's a child that I can then trace.
What is all this snooping trying to deduce?
I was trying to see if they had ever been married or not. Is this the person that
if this white woman that Dell with is the wife of the white man that Sonya with? Is that what I find out?
I was trying to find out because that's what everybody is saying. Nobody's confirming it.
So as far as I understand, this is not new as far as what I understand. You know what I mean? Like this is not some like spontaneous situation. You know what I mean? Like when this first kind of hit TMZ.
I would hope not. You're not just going to bring a spontaneous situation to your son's basketball game that's broadcast in front of millions and millions of people. That'd be awful.
I don't know. You ever been a divorced dad? A lot of wild shit you get into when you're a divorced dad. Have you seen Scottie Pippen?
Oh, no. Toughest guy. So. What I would say from my research, though, is that the photo that they are saying that they were together is from when Steve won an award. It was like Business Man of the Year. And the full picture is him with his kids, Lexi and Steven. And it has her in the caption, Nikki Smith. I was a fact checker. People.
Where did you find the caption? Like on a business write-up or something?
It was like for a program. It was like a program for him winning this award. That's where they found this picture. It was actually very easy Google search. It was one of the top results. But I looked through the article to see if they mention her as his wife. They do not. So I don't think they were married. But they do look like they were together because they looked very cozy in the picture. Right. Once you like show the full picture, his hand is like on her lap, but it doesn't say anything about him being his wife. I think it was a full write-up about how he started in business, all of this, nothing. He was married before. I think her name was Kate.
Spinsters turned into cereal.
So they weren't married, but that was her from the photo.
Holy shit, Jordan, that's incredible. Wow.
I do have one question about this because I was trying to sleuth for the episode. How do we know that the woman that Dell's with is named Nikki Smith?
That is a good point. That's just what all of them assume in the article from fact checking. Jordan will tell you. Don't assume with names.
It was definitely her. I mean, it looks just like her.
The pictures did look very similar. The only person to deny it was strangely Rex Chapman on Twitter. He replied to someone and he said 100% false. But also we know that Rex went to a very dishonest school with no integrity. So former UK basketball player, I don't think we can entirely trust what he has to say.
I don't know what he was talking about. Was he talking about them being married? Because that might be false.
Yeah.
But I don't think if he's denying that they don't know each other, because in that tweet, someone responded with the photo of them together from this program.
I feel like...
Is that the only photo of them together?
Yeah.
That we've seen? That's the only one I've seen. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all asking the wrong questions, though, because all the questions have been for Dell and Sonya, when all the questions should be for Seth and Steph and Sadell. Because again, they got divorced. This all flowed into each other. When Steph broke that record and Sonya was on one side of the court and Dell was on the other side of the court, who did he go run to the hug? He went and ran and hugged Dell. All right. And so this all I'm saying is that some of these things deserve a bit more skepticism. Dell is definitely, He doing what they say he doing. But
I think that's actually a really good observation.
Everybody should know a bit more than we're giving credit for.
Right.
That's all
no, it's on both sides. It's regardless, it's extremely messy. I think bringing a partner to a game is like when you know it's going to be televised. I don't know, whatever. It's not my life.
Again, you ain't never been a divorced dad. It's a different type of energy.
Look, sometimes
sometimes you gotta braid your hair and dye it green. You just gotta let them know that you are out here and that the city boys could be up by 100 at half. It depends. I've never been a divorced dad. I don't know. But just from what I've seen, you know.
My question is, who dated who first?
In the divorce papers, Dell accuses Sonya of cheating with Steve and that they were living together in Tennessee.
Right. For months.
So that's why, and what my fiance says, this is Dell being petty and saying, well, you were cheating with him, so I'm going to go get your old girl.
Much less. It's not that. It's much less that. Let's expand our brains a bit more. This could be Sonya finally saying enough is enough and then going to live with this man saying, I'm tired of potentially years of shit. And then going to sleep with this man who maybe she could have known before she got tired of dealing with this shit. And then went to go stay with him. Because once again, everybody within the circumstances felt real familiar. Because if you Dell and you say to yourself, I'm going to bring my new woman to this game, there's a familiarity there. If you Steph and you run up to Dell while he is in the throes of this bullshit, there's a familiarity there, right? If you Sonya and TMZ has this report, and also they're not the only ones who has this report,
right,
that would suggest to me, just as somebody who reports the news here and there, that this would have been understood by multiple parties for a long time, much longer than we know. And so all I'm saying is, you know, maybe a bit more skepticism. Dell deserves everything they're saying about him. But, you know, I just wonder how long a lot more parties than the ones that we see knew about the formula that we're all getting to realize right now. That's all I'm saying.
Well, as a divorced dad, I can also tell you divorces take a long time.
They do.
People separate before them. I think that like both of what you were saying is correct. Like that probably happened before. She was like, fuck you. And the 20, tiger numbers you've messed around.
I think one thing I've definitely learned is that every response is for a reason. And I'm not quick to defend Dell and I'm not quick to defend Sonya. I'm just quick to think, maybe it's got a few more legs to it.
Yeah. What don't we know?
What don't y'all know? You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to find out. No. But I love this messiness and this deep dive that I did to learn more. And I hope more comes out. Because right now, nobody knows anything. They're saying that that's his ex-wife and they're bringing up old stuff. But more stuff will come out.
Yeah. I just hope the kids are okay with all of it. Hope you're okay.
That's
really all that matters.
They're millionaires. They can afford therapists. I hope they can get it together. This is a tough situation, maybe. But y'all millionaires, so Godspeed.
Yeah. Okay, next on Hater Corner, Adam Sandler's Hustle.
What about it?
Did you watch it?
I don't try to watch bad movies on purpose.
There it is.
I don't try to watch bad movies on purpose.
It was about your Sixers.
No,
Adam Sandler is your assistant coach. Don't you want this life?
No. It wasn't about my Sixers because no white coach would have went overseas and brought my Sixers back a bad white player. That's all I'm saying. In the history of the Sixers, we done had a lot of shitty white players. But all I'm saying is if you're going to go get one, don't go get me a shitty one. And if you're going to go get one, go get me Anthony Edwards instead because he was fantastic in his little scene. But
amazing. We have a star on our hands.
A star.
I loved him as the villain.
I'm just not going to watch a 2-hour 2K cutscene. Not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that.
I agree with you there. I watched it with high regards from Sean Yu. Too high. I came in with
Who is Sean Yu?
I came in with my expectations so high, but it was about 30 minutes of montage basketball.
Long montages. Yes.
Long montages. And
Mm.
that was just screaming like, we have a real basketball player playing basketball, so we're going to watch him play
I
basketball.
just feel like
it was just a lot. It was a lot of montage.
sometimes people make art and they make it for product, especially in the ways that we kind of changed how we do our culture, right? Like you have people who are directors and creators who make things that are generally based off of like what it will do in terms of like sometimes repeatable like IP and sometimes shit that people just go and talk about. People now make shows and seasons and characters just to see what people will say on Twitter or on Reddit. And so I just can't endorse a movie like this, I guess to say, just because it just feels so tactless in some respects. Like at the very bare minimum, that's not the Philadelphia that I fuck with. And so shouts to Anthony Edwards for getting a bag. I'm sure he, could use it, but that's it.
Yeah.
I can't rock with a movie like that, man. That's not for me. They got to stop making bad movies in my city.
To me, it was Adam Sandler having a deal with Netflix and saying, I'm going to make my dream movie.
Exactly.
I'm going to play basketball with people. I'm going to marry Queen Latifah, and this is my dream. And so they were like, yeah, how much money do you need to make this dream of being best friends with Kenny Smith? And that, if you look at it that way, I'm just like, good for you, Adam Sandler. Like, I probably would make a WNBA version if someone gave me any amounts of money. But as like cinema and plot, it wasn't my favorite. But
there's just so much wealth. There's just so much wealth for these movies now that like if you're LeBron James, if you're Adam Sandler, if you're like when you have more money than God to make whatever you want, these things kind of become your playhouse, right? And like it doesn't have to be good to anybody except you. Yeah. And like your collective of homies, you know what I mean? So like I'm happy for Adam Sandler that he got to live out his like Caucasian white boy dream and like make a basketball movie with all of the black people he probably grew up like respecting and loving. Good for you, dude. You're a millionaire. I got like other shit to do though than to like watch that movie. You know, I could like, I don't know, paint.
Or watch paint.
I would love to see you paint. Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for you. I loved it. I don't think basketball movies are meant to be cinema. I just think they're meant to be like sports movies. And I had a great time. I liked seeing the players who I felt like could act and then those who like maybe fell a little bit short, but that's fine. I think that Kenny was cast well, but also they changed. He's one of the few people whose name was changed in there. And I thought they did a really good job with him. He could be a Leon and Anthony Edwards could be a Kermit. That was great. I loved that.
Kermit was tough.
I loved the jokes in it. I thought those were really good. And yeah, I liked it. I thought it was great.
I just want better bad movies. I just want better bad. Like if it's going to be, because I agree with you, Haley. I think you're spot on. But like, I just want better bad movies. If it's going to be a bad movie,
that was like a good. The thing is, like, I just don't have expectations that are that high for something like that. But I enjoyed the guest appearances. I enjoyed Adam Sandler, which I cannot always say. Yeah, I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. The montage was really long. I will say that, like, montages are meant to cut scenes.
It was too long.
Into
it was a
small
full practice,
scene. But it was it was everything, but with music underneath it. So
watch it when all of this is over.
Yeah,
and then
maybe I'll watch
you'll
it in
just
8
be
months.
able. Yeah,
look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe I'm wrong. But
and that is why we brought you in today.
I know when I watch it, I'm not gonna be happy. I just foresee that.
You won't. You won't. Have
you not watched it?
They sent me the trailers for it. I was available to me. Every effort was made for me to see this movie. And at every turn I said, why the fuck would I watch this movie? And so I'm gonna see it when it comes to Netflix in 9 months. It's gonna be a great time.
On Netflix.
It's on Netflix right now?
Yeah,
it came out on Netflix.
Okay. Oh, well, good for y'all.
That wouldn't have went to
available to everyone. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Look, I don't know. You know, I'm not going to theaters and watching movies. You know what I mean? If it can't come to my TV, I don't want to see it. You know, but that's good. That's good to know. Maybe I'll watch it after I watch Stranger Things.
Harry, what did you think?
Stranger Things.
I generally did like it. I thought that in the same way as I've gotten older, I was talking about this with somebody the other day that I do just appreciate movies that have like lots of big explosions in it, you know, like kind of wild stuff going on. I also just like a movie where there's a bunch of cool famous people that I like, you know. So it reminds me of that tweet that's like people will just sit around and remember guys all day. That's what this movie was like. You know, I'm like, oh, look, Chris Middleton's in the movie. You know, stuff like that. So
yeah,
I did like it. I thought, yeah, you know, I agree, Haley, with you that this to me is a good bad movie. Like this is part of the good bad movie renaissance I hope we can have, you know, as opposed to kind of just like the mid conveyor belt that a lot of movies are.
And it's a conveyor belt, it's a treadmill because it's the same exact movie over and over and over again that I'm tired of. So I appreciate
I'm happy
this.
y'all like it. I'm happy y'all like it.
Yeah, I also really like the in the same way that you like explosions, I really like anytime people do cool stuff on a basketball court, even if it's in a movie, my brain goes to like 5-year-old boy and I'm like, ooh.
Totally.
Like, you know, just clapping. Yeah. So I enjoyed that.
The basketball was good.
The basketball was good.
Really
yeah.
good.
I'm curious who they had like organizing it because these movies tend to have like a coach, like a specialist who will come on and help. Like in The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh, they had Tark. He was like the on-court organizer for the movie. But I'm also curious, like we were talking about the Sixers keeping Doc the other day, and I'm like, maybe Netflix just wants this run.
Yes.
Because he is the Sixers coach. Yeah, so I'm like, maybe this is like maybe he will get midseason fired once this movie's had its run.
That's so interesting.
I said that. My fiance shut me down, but I said that.
The whole take is that Doc will get fired in the middle of the season after the Hustle John makes this run. That's what you finna say?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
That makes more sense to me than them just keeping him outright for no reason. Okay, we are running late, so I just want to rapid fire these. Hate or love, in your opinion. Draymond potting after games.
I love it. I think we should have more of that.
Good.
We should see more of what players see.
The Warriors losing tons of money on an NFT project that launched week before crypto crashed.
I love that. I love it. I think when white people do goofy shit that they should meet their just demises. And when you gentrify an entire neighborhood out of a fandom, you should have to pay for some of that eventually. So
somehow,
you know,
and within that, I also would say that I love very much that Jack and from Twitter and Jay-Z's joint venture will also, I'm very assured. I mean, it's already crashing. What I hate about that is that with this and the Warriors, people have bought into it. Just normal people who can't afford for things to crash. What I love is that famous people are losing money.
What else you got?
Stephen A. as a politician.
Yeah, why not? Tommy Tuberville's a politician. Donald Trump was a politician.
Neither of those are good things.
No, I mean, well, but so like, yeah, they're not good things, right? But like,
they're not good things.
I think as long as we try to venture after this very idealistic dream for a multicultural democracy, that you're going to just get this, right? You know, like a war hero is going to be your president every 20 years. That's just how we do this as a country.
You're venturing a little too into the people justifying Kanye West's run for president territory.
I'm not justifying anything of this. I think every bad action has an equal and doubled reaction. I just think if we are someone that really cares about democracy, it has to allow for these dumbass people to do these dumbass things, right? Like we can't only and unilaterally have one way of doing business. I wish we could. My life would be so much better if we did. But as long as we care about having a fair and equal process, this dumb shit is going to keep happening. And so, yeah.
I would like for you to point to me anybody who cares about having a fair and equal process. That does not exist in this country. That's not the way it works. So which is why I'm saying no to Stephen A. Also, if you look on his Twitter, he has very bad opinions that are out.
He's a horrible person. He's a horrible person.
Just bad spelling.
And bad spelling, yes.
Wrong
Which
tags,
Harry
wrong links.
Doesn't have any indication on if you're a good or a bad person.
I think you can be a politician if you have bad spelling. That's just,
because you have people writing stuff for you.
That's part of course.
Sorry.
Half of them can't spell.
That was not a stray, Harry, I promise.
The last one is Chet Holmgren.
Who is that?
The Gonzaga pick in the draft. He's a rim protector. He can handle the ball like a guard.
Supposed to
He plays
be the next
basketball?
Kevin Durant.
He's a basketball player?
I want you to say right now, without any previous knowledge, whether you think he's going to be really good or really bad. Go.
I obviously know who Chet Holmgren is. I'm a professional sports writer. I don't believe in Chet Holmgren, and I have never believed in Chet Holmgren. I hope he's a good basketball player. He's going to make millions anyway. I just don't believe it, and I won't believe it. I didn't believe Kelly Olynyk. I didn't believe Kristaps Porzingis. I still don't believe Luka Doncic. I don't care what stats y'all tell me. So I will continue to not believe in Chet Holmgren either.
All right, the greatest hater in the world.
Thank you so
It's
much.
Tyler
Like a
Tynes.
true, that just lovely.
Do y'all think he's going to be good at basketball?
Yeah,
I think he'll be okay at basketball. I don't think the hype is too much.
I think he's
Stop
going to go
comparing
to the
him to Kevin
Magic.
Durant.
He's
Stop.
going to go to the Magic for 4 years. He's going to be miserable, and he's not going to appear very good because he's on the Magic. And
No
then
one's
he'll
gonna
get
watch
traded
him.
away, and then people will be like, "Wow, what a turnaround for his career!" When ultimately it was really outside of his hands because they're a terrible organization.
I just think don't spend a number one pick on somebody who's only going to be okay at basketball. If you can help it, that's all.
Who do you think they should draft instead?
Maybe I'm dumb, and I am. I really like Jabari Smith. I think somebody like that, if you can teach them how to do, I don't know, plenty of things, they can just be a dynamite basketball player. Like you can make him into Kawhi Leonard if you want, or you can make him into the greatest 3-and-D basketball player of the generation. I just think there's so many more possibilities with somebody like him as opposed to the white kid who might not be able to bench 200 pounds. Like I just at a certain point, you need that in basketball, right? Like you play center. You need that in basketball. So I won't believe in him. If I see him eat a sandwich, I will get back on the hype train, but I do not believe in that young man, but I wish him all the best.
I think a lot of people like just Jabari Smith for being
fun
taken
fact,
over.
my name was gonna be Jabari if I was a boy.
I would also pick Paolo Banchero
Just let
before
you
I
sit
pick
that
Chet
up.
Holmgren too.
Yeah, Paolo's good. I like him. Like his size and everything.
Haley, tell me about a Saturn return.
Your Saturn return.
Tell me about a Saturn return.
You're in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that happens, I think, every 27 to 29 years. It's just a pivotal point in your life. Yeah, we were just talking about this, yeah. And a lot of unusual things happen. You have to make a lot of decisions about your life, how you operate, how you relate to people, what makes you comfortable, uncomfortable. And to me, it's when you really start to take grasp of that stage of your life and say, I'm going to control it rather than letting it control me. But there's a lot of painful lessons in there, a lot of shedding. Maybe that shedding is of jobs, of people, of relationships, ones that are hard to let go of. You know, you see a lot of people at 27 to 30 say that, hey, this relationship with this family member, like it's really not working out for me. And I think I'm going to do the brave thing for myself and, you know, stop having them be so close. So it's a lot of movement and like hard decisions that become easier. And you have the maturity finally to execute them properly and kind of get that clean break. But also what it invites more space for things that you do like and do want in your life and realize are good for you.
So y'all, I don't pay for a genie or any sort of like, you know, psychiatric anything. I just go to Haley. She tells me what's going on in the universe. You know, we keep her on retainer, and that's why we here, y'all. Thank you for helping me with my Saturn return. I appreciate it. Yeah, submit your invoice. We'll take care of that.